We've made so far about 145 of these cat quilts. Maybe 3,000 of these kitty cat blocks from all over the world. Crazy, the outpouring for a little girl who these people have never met.
What was she like?
Emma's the best. She has beautiful, beautiful, like golden mermaid hair. We would go and read to the animals.
But there was a dog!
You know, she loved to dance. She lit up being on stage. We help raise money for PAWS so that those animals have what they need. Raise money for ballet so that those kids can dance.
Way to go, Emma!
She just would light up a room when she walked in. They laid her down. She coughed and she died. They've all been donated so far to her whole grade at her school. For all the doctors and nurses who tried so hard to save her. It makes me feel like we're getting the word out. We've really gotten a ton of support. All of this fabric has been donated. Emma would have loved it. Trying to be nice to the coworker at work who may not be my favorite. Just trying to be the person that she was. She's the kind of person I want to be.
I feel like I should have done more. But at the same time, I feel like I did everything that I could have. As a mom, I'm supposed to protect her. I'm supposed to take care of her. She would just laugh about anything, and you didn't even know what was going on, and you would just start laughing with her. She was very sassy, very outspoken. She's caring. She just was like her dad. Said everything that was on her mind. Had no filter.
She would run up to you like every 5 minutes just to tell you that I love you.
Love you, Mommy. You're the best because you always hug me.
Just me being hugged by her, you know.
Can you bring me back to what happened?
She went to school normal. After school, I picked her up. She started to feel a little warm, kind of burning up. So that's when I decided to go to the hospital. They sent her home with some Tylenol. We ended up calling 911. On the way to the hospital, I had a thermometer, so I kept checking it. Her fever started going higher to 106. They gave her medicine to lower her fever down, and she started having a seizure. And that's just when everything kind of went downhill. Everything was just shutting down at that point. She went into a cardiac arrest. So I told the doctors to stop. You know, I just wanted her to go in peace. I didn't want to see her like that.
What I really regret is just not being able to speak to my daughter, even if it was for those final moments or
Just how she left it. Messy. Everything's the same. All her stuffed animals are there, all her toys, her teddy bears. Everything's in the closet the way that it was. I don't want to change it. Not yet. I'm not ready.
What pains me more is the pain that I see my own daughter go through.
All right, guys, let's start the walk. Let's do this. Run, run, run. You guys start.
Neve's gone, but still her memory lives on with amongst us all.
I'm here to support her family on this day and celebrating Neve.
So we gather here today as a walk in remembrance for her and honoring her life.
We love you, my cookie. And you're always going to be in our hearts. And we'll always remember you every single day.
And also to get educated. It's important to get educated. It's important to understand.
Get a flu shot. It's simple things that you can do. Wash your hands. Don't send your kids to school when they're sick.
You can always ask, for a different doctor, for more tests to be done. If you don't feel comfortable, if you know something's wrong, your instinct, your gut instinct, because like I said, only a parent knows how sick a child is.
She's with me all the time. Neve had this on her neck also when we let go of her. She had this on her, right? And it's so ironic, right? That her name is Heaven spelled backwards.
We're getting ready to head out towards the staging location down there.
Start is yours. Oh. And the receipt. Right on. You all set? All right.
Aurora Police, search warrant, open the door.
So we ended up forcing entry.
Get your hands up. Get your hands up.
Found in here, we've got quite a bit of finished marijuana product. You can see the bud in the big container. This is what we're dealing with, and this is what we're trying to keep out of the city.
It's a mess. It truly is an absolute mess.
We're not dealing with people with 6 or 12 plants. We're dealing with people with hundreds of plants.
Organizations come from other states. They rent or buy property here. They grow large amounts of marijuana and then they smuggle it back out of state. If they have an opportunity to grow marijuana in a state that's legal, the repercussions in that state might be less.
It's a slap in the wrist here.
They get probation, very little jail time for any of the people that get caught doing this, and they know that.
Bigger home. homes, bigger basements, more opportunity to grow more marijuana.
Marijuana grows are just rampant in our neighborhoods here. 3, sometimes 4 houses in a single block or a block or 2. You get a lot of burglaries. Criminals will hit the wrong house. They'll think it's one house, but we've had cases where they've hit the next door neighbor thinking the marijuana was at that house, and then you have innocent people that are put in harm's way.
We end up seeing that they've had unpermitted kind of jerry-rigged electrical work put into to power all the lights and air conditioners and dehumidifiers. We have seen house fires based on that unpermitted electrical causing a fire in the house, which obviously could spread to neighbors' houses and affect them.
I'll go ahead and get started. We're going to execute a state search warrant today. We got information on this case several months ago, possible marijuana grow taking place there. What we'll do is just like the regular routine, we'll have you guys set up on the house. When you guys are set and ready to go ahead and make an entry to the home and clear it for any people or hazards for us. Once that's all cleared, we'll of course conduct our normal business and interview the folks there. Go ahead and process the scene as well. There's trash bags full of finished packaged marijuana as well. It's obviously about ready to be distributed.
This is a score.
Yeah, this is a good one.
And is it frustrating for you guys?
Yeah, it is frustrating. You put a lot of work into this case to build a good case so they have a strong case for prosecution. And we're seeing a lot of cases get pled out, or even if they go through the whole jury trial process, they're getting probation, and it's frustrating for the neighbors too. People don't want these grow warehouses in the house right next to them. That's lowering their property value and exposing, you know, their entire street smelling like a marijuana warehouse.
We have this kind of odor in our neighborhoods just all over the place.
What do you think about this in your neighborhood?
I think it sucks.
This has been the quietest street, the quietest neighborhood. It shocks the heck out of me. It really, truly does.
What do you think about this happening in a state where marijuana is legal?
I did vote for it. You know, I thought it was innocent enough. I didn't know it was going to turn into something like this.
So what do you think about legalized marijuana now?
I would vote against it now, no question.
Let's legalize the adult use of recreational marijuana once and for all.
Do you think that New York and New Jersey and Connecticut will deal with this if it becomes legal in our states?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll still have states around you that haven't approved recreational marijuana or medical marijuana yet, and you're going to see them take advantage of this. It's going to have a huge impact on law enforcement. It will strain your enforcement units.
What's the message you'd send?
I'd say get ready.
We're looking at 4 120-pound tanks.
Natural gas is only 50% the weight of air, so when it comes out of your stove, it goes right up like a helium balloon. When this stuff leaks, it goes down on the ground, and you're standing in a pool of it, and you don't even know you're standing in a pool of it. Where are our furnaces? Where are our hot water heaters? Where are our automobiles? Everything's down low. That's the difference.
And what would happen in a neighborhood like this if there was a decent-sized leak here and it got an ignition source?
The outcome could be catastrophic.
What does it smell like?
It smells the exact same as natural gas.
Again,
You're smelling gas,
smell.
call 911.
Immediately.
Immediately.
So
So in a month, how much do you make off of Johnny's?
$60. It's just, you know, for cigarettes and chump change. If I had 10,000 Johnnies, I could sell them in a month. Absolutely. Five minutes, 10 minutes are gone. You take 3,200 milligrams in a Red Bull or a Monster drink, and it just puts you in a good mood. If I was going to help you rake your yard, and I didn't take them, you probably wouldn't show up at your house. But if I took 4 Johnnies, I'd rake your yard with a fork. I don't know one person that took Johnnies and robbed a convenience store. I don't know one person that would you know, if you had them on you in this neighborhood, no one would bother you for those.
You think that'll dry up supply?
People, if they're out there, they'll get them. I could find cocaine in the middle of Alaska and heroin.
We had 29 people die that had gabapentin at the scene. We would hear from parents that, gee, I checked on Johnny last night before I went to bed and he was snoring. Yeah, that's the death rattle. That's the beginning of an overdose, that labored breathing, that sound. Wake someone up. Either with the deceased individual's name on it or gabapentin that they got from a friend or family member. To let doctors know that this drug is having an impact in the people who are struggling with addiction use issues. That will help us save people. I mean, we're not saying don't prescribe it. Clearly there is a use for it, but I think you have to understand that there's also room for abuse, and that's what we're trying to weed out.